Hi everyone, my name is Samuel. I'm an exchange student from France and I'm currently studying in AVV.
Hello, namaste. My name is Cedric. I'm an exchange student from Belgium.
So I came with the Rotary organization and I lived in a very small town in France called Brinkheim and I used to study in Don Bosco Lanzer.
I stayed in India for 3 months. I came with the organization AFS. I live in the northeastern part of Belgium. It's close with the border with the Netherlands and with Germany.
So when I arrived in India, I was super tired because I had done a very long flight without sleeping at all because I had to stay awake during the night at the airport. So I arrived, I was super tired, and then when I went from Ahmedabad to Vadodara, during the ride it was crazy because it's so much different from what I was used to see, like with the cows, the 3 wheels, the 2 wheels, the 4 wheels, like it was crazy, but like very beautiful. I was super tired, but I couldn't even sleep because I just wanted to see as much as I could and just stay like that, looking outside of the window.
The first thing I noticed when I landed in India was how crowded the airport was. I felt very enthusiastic, very amazed about all the people, and I was so excited to start my adventure I was looking forward to meet my host parents. So it was a really good feeling and a really nice time.
There's a huge cultural difference between France and India, so naturally, like most of the exchange students, they have a cultural shock when they arrive. I didn't have that too much, but I was super wowed. Like I just wanted to see everything, discover everything, and try everything. And yeah, it was super different. Like I just couldn't get my eyes off the landscape and everything around me.
In the first days in India, everything was new, so everything was excited. So I was enjoying. But after a few days, because school has not started yet, I was just sitting at home and I felt a little bit boring, and it was not what I was expecting of an exchange. It was also difficult to be myself because with all the culture differences, I was not aware what I was able to do and what was not allowed. The culture shock really got me. I talked with my parents at home about it and also with my host parents. After some time I went to school and everything started and I was settled a little bit more. I think it's normal that when you get bored and you don't know what to do, you really miss your parents and your family at home. And I think it was normal that I felt lonely a little bit in the beginning. I think that's part of the exchange. But with some time, I made a lot of friends and had lots of fun.
So in France, I used to study science because for what I want to do later, I need science, but I also need a little bit of commerce, but first science. So because this year in India doesn't count academically, it's like a gap year, I decided to choose commerce so that I would have some bonus skills and knowledge.
I took science stream in Belgium. We have 10 subjects, chemistry, maths, biology as the sciences with geography. Then we also have history. Then we have languages, Dutch, French, English. And then we have PE. And we also have religion.
So in my school in France, like I said, I chose science, but it's a bit different. Like I had obviously some subject science, but I had many more subjects because like in 11th is the year where you choose like your path and the stream, and so you have only 5 subjects. In France, so it's also in 11th that you start getting more precise in the subjects, but the year before that you have loads of subjects. Like I think I had 12 subjects in France, so I didn't have to choose just yet. I just had to choose what I would specialize myself in for the year after that. So 11th, I would be in 11th too if I was in France right now. So about the difference between school in India and school in France, it's very different. So first, starting with the timings, like in India, like in AVV, I go to school from 7:30 to 1:10 in the afternoon, 1 p.m. And in France, I used to go to school from 7:45 until 6 p.m. So school is super long in France, like very long, especially in my school. It's kind of extreme, but still in every school you would end school later. So that's one of the major difference, and I was very happy when I got to know that I would have the afternoon free, because that's something that's a bit difficult in France, is that you don't have much time in the evening, especially if you do extra school activities.
The school system is different than in India. First of all, we have the school timings. We have 5 days a week school from Monday till Friday, from 8:30 till 3:30. We have a half a day on Wednesday, so till 12 o'clock we have school on Wednesday. We don't wear uniforms in Belgium, and the tests are also different. We have tests during the whole year, and then we have 2 exam periods by Christmas and on the end of the year in June. We have 2 months of holiday in July and August, and then we have 2 weeks on holiday with Christmas, 2 weeks with Easter, and then 2 weeks in between somewhere. Because I'm only here for 3 months, I can just continue my school in Belgium when I come back. I just need to see everything they saw during this period. I need to see it myself and make the exams 1 month after the real exams.
When I was doing the registration for the school with my host family, I got a glimpse of the school, and it looked very energetic and dynamic, and it looked quite fun.
When I first came to AVV, I had a really nice talk with the principal, and she made me feel really comfortable with the school. I also noticed that the school was a little bit smaller as my other schools, and I thought it was good that it was smaller, because then it can be more personal and you can make more friends and learn to know the whole school. I also heard that that you was able to do science with computer science, and computer science is something totally out of my comfort zone, and I was really tempted to try it and to learn something about programming.
My first experience in the classroom was completely hectic. Like my first day when I actually went into the school, it was absolutely crazy, because all of the students welcomed me and came to see me and wanted to say hi, and like would tell me their names, and like it would be crazy because I can't remember that much names, that I would just like greet everyone, and it was it was a nice welcome, but very overwhelming and very hectic.
My reaction when entering the classroom for the first time was that the classrooms are smaller. There were a lot of boys in the class, and also the sitting desks were totally different. You also had fans a lot of fans in the classroom because of the heat. All the students were really nice and welcoming me. I felt really welcomed, and it was a great experience. After some time in the classroom, I made lots of friends, actually almost everybody from the class, and they were all really nice people, and I will remember them forever, and I hope we will stay in contact. Also, the teachers were really nice and trying their best to let me feel comfortable in the class. They cared about me and they asked me if I need something, so it was a really great experience.
In the afternoon right now, so I have the Hindi class, and I also have a tennis practice in the evening, and so that's for right now, but I'm soon gonna probably start cricket and volleyball.
I did not went to coaching classes or tuitions after school, but I went to Hindi class to learn the language. It is difficult to learn a language in 3 months, but I wanted to learn the basics. I also did a lot of religious functions with my family, like doing the pujas, and that was also really interesting.
One thing that I directly noticed about the school and that I really love, it's one of my favorite aspects, is that you're always invited to participate in events like MUNs or competitions or a lot of big opportunities like that that are actually very useful like for later on. And so you're always invited to do that, and so I tried participating in everything I could, and that's just like having this many opportunities, it's a huge chance, and we kind of have a lack of that in France.
I was really lucky to be part of the AVV Aura. It was a week full of school competitions, so there came lots of schools to our school to participate in all different various kind of competitions. It was a really nice initiative from the school. Every student had like a subject they are good in, a special talent, and in all these different days, all the different talents came forward. So every student had an option to show their talent and to be the star of the day. It was really interesting also to see, and the school also gave the students the opportunity to volunteer and to help in organizing the project and to run the day. I was a volunteer and I had the responsibility to escort the judges and welcome the judges, and I'm really happy I got this opportunity. It learned me a lot.
So my hopes and goals for this year, well, the first hope is really to enjoy this experience at maximum possible, because it's a really unique experience. I'm only gonna have one experience like this in my whole life, and it's crazy. So I am just trying to enjoying that maximum. Then more specific goals, I really want to learn Hindi and get almost fluent, at least in speaking and understanding. I also want to use all the time that I get to work on side projects, like I'm making vlogs, I'm making stories, and I'm updating an account on this experience. And so I want to really put work into this, so that way I'll get better at video editing. So that way I'll be able to get more skill in video editing. I'll also like have the experience of managing an Instagram account, like in this purpose of creation and everything. And I want to use every free time I get to pursue my activities that I would usually do, and try really to work on these. Like I do a lot of writing and I love writing poetry, so I want to work on this especially, and just generally everything I would do normally, and like learning skills like coding and everything new. This year I want to learn as many things as possible. And finally, my last but not the least goal is probably the biggest one actually. It's to, of course, discover the culture and learn as much things as I can on India. And I also want to make great contact with my host families, because I'll have 3 host families this year, and I want to spend as much quality time as I possibly can. I want to meet many new people and just make the most of this whole experience.
My goal for this year is definitely to pass the entrance exam for doctor. I really want to become a doctor to help the people to get a lot of knowledge and still be social with people. I also love the appreciation you get if you help someone. So I think this will be definitely something for me.
I think doing an exchange program is one of the best thing you can do. Like, even at this age, it's not a question of age. Actually, it's one of the best times to do it, because the context of living actually like the people in the country you're going to, it's so much different than just a trip, and it's so you learn so much from it, and it's just an incredible experience. And when you think about it, it's crazy. When I left France, when I stepped foot in India, I left everyone I knew, everything I used to know, and slowly I met so many people, and I get to call this place home too, and that's just beautiful.
I think this age is the perfect time to do such an exchange, because you learn a lot from this exchange, and it definitely makes you much stronger in life. You learn to be self-sustainable, to be more confident, to be more flexible, and that's all really valuable in the next period of your life. This is also a time that you are still young and you can do this kind of adventures because you don't have a lot of responsibilities at home. So you can try and you can learn, because in this stage of life your brains can absorb a lot, so you can see all the differences in culture and really make yourself a better person.
This year I want to learn as many things as I possibly can, and in that way I want to grow, because learning a completely different culture like this, it's just so important and it just gives you so much. And in every aspect of your life where you learn this year, you can use it. Next year when I go back to France, I want to come out with incredible memories, and I want to have much more knowledge and much more skills and also much more experience, and I want to go back to France and give back to everyone and just talked about what I've lived and this amazing experience. I consider that this exchange is an incredible opportunity, and I just want to make the most of it and come back as the better I can be and try every day to be the best version of myself.
I hope I will be more confident at the end of my exchange, because I can be really insecure about myself, and that's never okay. Because in this exchange I meet a lot of new people and they all kind of like me, and I think it really gave me a boost in my confidence. Also that I'm able to do this all by myself. I hope my confidence will really get a boost. Further from this, I hope to be more flexible, and also to that my global awareness will grow. This country, India, is completely different with most of the Western countries and with Belgium. It's not better or worse, it's just different.
Bye bye guys, I hope you liked this interview. Don't hesitate to follow me on Instagram. Sam in India is my account. So if you want to follow my adventure and everything I do, or I'll just post everything to show you guys and even show my friends back in France. So if you want to know more about me and what I do, you can follow me there.